Prince Harry spoke to Bryony Gordon of the Telegraph, my family, and said this, and I quote, "There is enough material for another book. I cut memoir in half to spare my family." My family, I have always known that both Harry and Meghan, they always hold back. Because what was done to them was far much worse than anything that, you can ever imagine. We've heard of the physical assault, how William physically assaulted Harry. And clearly, there is much, much more, even more than that even Harry cannot even mention. Now, Prince Harry told Bryony Gordon at his home in California that some things have happened, especially between me and my brother. I just don't want the world to know. Now, make no mistake, that is a message to members of the farm, a message to members of the royal family, that there is much more to be said. My family, will William call off his hounds? Will William stop leaking anti-Harry and Meghan stories now that he knows and can clearly see that Harry has the power, has the means, has the platform, and people are ready to hear Harry's voice? Now that William knows that, will he stop leaking anti-Harry and Meghan stories to the press? My family, unfortunately, he has not stopped. So my family, I hope they hear Harry's message. Now my family, Prince Harry has revealed that he has enough material to write another book, having held back disclosures for which the King and the Prince of Wales would not ever forgive him if they were made public. Now, in an interview with Bryony Gordon, Harry admitted that a lot of the detail that was eventually edited out concerned interactions with both his father and also his brother. The revelation is likely to leave the royal family, more concerned about what Harry might say, because they know what they did to them was evil, cruel. You do not do what they did to another human being, my family. And it is so hypocritical that these so-called Buckingham Palace sources are out there noting that Harry might be forced to write further books for financial gain. My family, how many books have been written by people? It is so hypocritical to see Tina Brown go to CBS saying that, oh look, Harry is writing a book for financial gain because he wants to make money. And yet, Tina Brown wrote a book for exactly the same reason. To profit off of Harry's life. To profit off of Harry's pain. The same Tina Brown who said that Harry should rip up his contract with Netflix and go back to the UK where his father, Charles, and William are ready to fund him. Yeah, my family, Harry spoke about that in his memoir Spare. And Harry's words, they were just really so painful, my family. Harry's words were just so painful. When I saw what Harry said about, being cut off by Charles. These same people who mocked Harry for going on Oprah and saying that he had been cut off by Charles, mocking him, look at you, you're a middle-aged, in your mid-30s, and how can you complain about being cut off? They were mocking Harry, my family. That's what they did. They mocked Prince Harry. And the same ones who mocked him are the ones who are asking him to come back to that financial arrangement, my family. And even Harry spoke about this in his memoir Spare. my family. And I want you to just hear this part because I did read you this yesterday. But please just hear this, this part. Sadly, we were going to have to flee. We'd need to find somewhere new and soon, and that would mean paying for our own security. I went back to my notebooks. I began contacting security firms again. Meg and I sat down to work out exactly how much security we could afford and how much house. Exactly then, while we were revising our budget, word came down, Pa was cutting me off. And hear this, that which Harry has been mocked of. Hear Harry speak about this. I recognized the absurdity. A man in his mid-30s being financially cut off by his father. But Pa wasn't merely my father. He was my boss, my banker, my comptroller, keeper of the purse strings throughout my adult life. Cutting me off, therefore, meant firing me without redundancy pay and casting me into the void after a lifetime of service. More, after a lifetime of rendering me otherwise unemployable. I felt fatted for the slaughter, circled like a veal calf. I had never asked to be financially dependent on Pa. I've been forced into this surreal state, this unending Truman show, in which I almost never carried money, never owned a car, never carried a house key, never once ordered anything online, never received a single box from Amazon, almost never traveled to the underground. My family. And hear this also. The question of how to pay for a home and security kept Meg and I awake at night. We could always spend some of my inheritance from Mommy, we said, but that felt like a last resort. We saw that money as belonging to Archie and his sibling. My family, that part. But yet it's, Tina Brown can go on CBS. I don't even understand how they even invite that person to CBS. I don't understand. I don't get it. People who have profited from Harry's life are going to complain that Harry is profiting from talking about his life. How his life has been. It's so hypocritical, really. It's just so hypocritical, So hypocritical. I have never seen, more hypocrisy than what really I have seen in my life. People complaining about, Harry making money from his own life. Really, really, really. Yet they are the ones who have profited from talking about Harry. They can't stand that Harry is cutting out the middleman. They can't stand that Harry is cutting out the middle woman, like Tina Brown. They can't stand it one bit. And they are unhappy about it because they know that will make them lose so much money. And my family, Prince Harry now says this. But first of all, Harry won't ever come back to that ever again. From his language in his memoir Spare, will Harry give up the life that he has now? A great home, a great mansion, to go to borrow money from William, someone who has physically assaulted him because Harry is a victim of domestic violence at home at his brother's hands. Would he ever go back to that? The answer is no. Now that he's earning his own money, millions and millions of dollars. Meghan's Spotify actives, completely successful. Everything is going well. Would he ever go back to begging money to Charles and William? The answer is no. Now my family, Prince Harry said that the first draft was different. It was 800 pages. And now it's down to 400 pages. It could have been 2 books. Put it that way. And the hard bit was taking things out. Prince Harry added that, and I quote, "There are some things that have happened, especially between me and my brother, and to some extent, me and my father." You know, especially, he uses the words, you know, especially between me and my brother. He's telling you where the problem is. He's telling you what the main, let me use the word main. The main problem is with William. There lies the main problem. His arch nemesis, and also dearly beloved brother, as Harry calls William, his arch nemesis, and also his dearly beloved brother. That's how Harry refers to William, because all of their life, it has always been a competition. Time and time again, with William always jealous of Harry. Time and time again. That's how it's always been, my family. And when William does not get his way, he gets very, very angry. Red mist on his face. Incarnated with rage, he is. That even Harry cannot speak to him when he's that way. That is about William's temper, William's rage, William's anger, my family. He needs to speak to someone. You know, William needs therapy once and for all. He needs to speak to someone about his anger issues. Now, my family, Prince Harry admitted that he had struggled at times to determine what to include and what to leave out following 50 Zoom calls with his ghostwriter, aware that within his family, writing a book was an absolute no. Now, why is that really? Why is that? What is writing a book an absolute no? My family, we are accustomed to the palace and the press controlling the narrative. When a member of the royal family writes their own books, it becomes difficult to rewrite history, just as how successful the firm has been in previous years in doing just that, rewriting history. When someone puts pen to paper, like how Harry has put, written and published his memoir, you know, with the assistance of, you know, a ghostwriter, my family, it's clear that no matter how much the firm tries to rewrite history, this time it will prove difficult because these words come from Harry himself. And kudos to Harry for this, because, you know, my family, part of the reason why I also wish that Meghan writes her own memoir is because make no mistake about one thing. The royal family holds a personal animosity towards Meghan Markle. It's personal, deeply personal. And you'd ask yourself, what did Meghan do? But it seems that the main issue, the main problem is that Meghan was successful, intelligent, smart, and would not take abuse, and also because of her race, obviously. My family. And they couldn't stand that Meghan won't take abuse for them to cover for them. They couldn't stand that one bit, my family. And seeing what has happened, the firm has the power to rewrite history and even, you know, once again, just like how they've been doing it, putting all the blame on Meghan. Not on them, on Meghan. Putting all the blame on the rift right now on Meghan, but not on them. The firm has that kind of power. And that's what they've been doing for years right now. To blame Meghan Markle for the rift, for everything. You know? Whenever there's a scandal in the royal family, with Andrew or William, somehow a story about Meghan is released to the tabloid media. That's how it's been all of this time. So my family, I feel like it's important also for Meghan to write her memoir because her words will be our words. And the firm is very good at rewriting history. If you permit them to rewrite history, they'll do just that. And Harry writing a memoir makes it a bit difficult for the fam to rewrite history. How poorly they treated Harry. How poorly they treated Meghan. When Meghan does the same thing, write her memoir, it will become difficult to rewrite history. So my family, it's important really to do that. And I'm hoping that Meghan will also do the same thing. Write her own memoir. My family, Prince Harry, as you all know, accused, the palace of lying to protect William. And Harry said that this important words. Hear these words, please. The media has a ton of dirt about my family. The media has a ton of dirt about my family. They know it. This is not a good family. They know it. They know them. We've had the scandals that Charles has been embroiled in. Taking money from anyone willing to give him $1, a dime, Charles has a huge appetite, affinity for money and power. He loves it so much. And he takes money from anyone. Reportedly, even from the Bin Laden family, while his son was fighting a war against Taliban terrorists in Afghanistan. Charles was busy taking money from the Bin Laden family. That is who Charles is. And the thing is, if you've really paid attention to the stories about the farm, this dirt on the family, on the farm, on Charles, on William, if you have paid attention, you'll find that a story that Charles did, let's say, like take money from the Bin Laden family, happened 10 years ago. And then it becomes released 10 years later. Now, why would the media do such a thing, really? Why would they? Because clearly they have the information and they're keeping it for their own personal needs, for their own personal gain. If you play ball, this information, this dirt gets swept under the rug. If you don't play ball, if you help out your son, whom we are doing everything in our power to destroy, guess what will happen? All the dirt will come to light, and Charles has to also play ball because he is deep in bed with the media, and Charles has used his own sons for his own personal gain. That is who Charles is. He is not even worthy of being called a father. He's a failure as a husband to the late Diana, a failure as a father also to Prince Harry. So my family, this word from Harry, the media has a ton of dirt about my family. They know many things. Harry explains then what happens because the the media knows much dirt, has much dirt about the family. So what does the media do? What does the palace do? What does William and Charles do to cover up the dirt? Hear this, please. I know they have. The media has a ton of dirt over my family. I know they have. And they sweep it under the carpet for juicy stories about someone else. My family, Harry is explaining to you exactly what happens. Harry is telling you the business model of the farm. And guess who has been chosen as the targets? Harry, and especially Meghan Markle. I'm using the words especially because she is the target. She's the actual target, my family. If you notice even, these attacks on Prince Harry or Meghan, both of them, they mostly go after Meghan. Rarely do they go after Harry in the manner they go after his wife. That tells you who the target is. Even in the Harry and Meghan documentary, Meghan says that she is the target because she is the target. My family. Now, my family, and that's what they do. Charles takes money from the Bin Laden family. What happens? They say, we'll hide this. Let's give you this about Prince Harry. Oh, look, guess what? Something's happening with Harry right now, and we want you to know. Would you be interested? Say, yeah, we want Harry. The readers, they love Harry. So take this and sweep this under the rug. And that is what they do. That is what the media does. My family. And it's sad how Harry has been used for quite a long time by the farm. It's really sad, really. My family. And I'm glad that he is speaking up. My family, Prince Harry said that he knew he was going to get trashed for anything he included about his family, but insisted that it was impossible to tell his story without their inclusion. My family, that is what Prince Harry said. Prince Harry also revealed that he felt responsibility to reform the monarchy for the sake of Prince George IX, Charlotte VII, and Louis IV. I know that out of those 3 children, at least one will end up like me. Despair, he said, and that hurts. It worries me. Now, Harry admitted that the notion frustrated William, adding, and I quote, he has made it very clear to me that his kids are not my responsibility. My family, this tells you who William truly is. He sees what he does to Harry. When Harry reminds him that, hey, look, the same thing that they're doing to me will also be done to your son, William says, look, Harry, it is not your responsibility. That's how William says it. My family. Yet Harry is only trying to help. His nephews, his nieces, that's all Harry is trying to do. It shows us how much Harry cares about his nephews and nieces. It's shameful that William does not feel the same way towards Harry and Meghan's children, Archie and Lilibet Diana. It's a real shame. My family. My family, regardless, Prince Harry said that he'd like to fix things and was approaching his mission with long-term strategic thinking. To those who say that, Harry wants to destroy the monarchy, hear Harry's response, please. And I quote, this is not about trying to collapse the monarchy. This is about trying to save them from themselves, Harry claimed. I know that I will get crucified by numerous people saying that. But Harry is going to say it either way. And I admire his courage. I admire Harry's bravery. They are so brave. They are so courageous, my family. The biggest threat to the monarchy is itself. If it is looking for a threat, my family, William and Charles, should take a long look at the mirror and see the threat that is facing the monarchy comes from Charles and William themselves, comes from Kate, Camilla, but not from Harry and Meghan. It's high time they open their eyes. My family. Now, Gordon spent several hours with Prince Harry and Meghan at their home in California, Montecito, ahead of the book's publication. And as revelations from the memoir first emerged online, witnessed his disappointment as it was scrutinized. The meeting came ahead of a series of interviews broadcasts over the last week amid a publicity blitz that resulted in the book selling a record 1.4 million copies across the UK, US, and Canada on Tuesday, its first day of publication. Now, Prince Harry has a message to the fam, has a message to William and Charles. Apologize to Meghan. Apologize to Meghan. You know? And use the interview, the Telegraph, because Harry knows this Telegraph broadsheet, you know? The fam, members, the royal family, gather for breakfast. And it's placed there for them to read. Harry knows that, and that's why he's addressing them through the Telegraph directly, saying this, and I quote, "Because you know what you did." And Harry's telling them, and now I know why you did it. And you've been caught out. So just come clean, and then we could all move on. He said that if people had listened when he had raised the alarm, they would not be in this position. Adding that that is the saddest part about it. It was all so avoidable. But they just couldn't help themselves, my family. They had to be hateful, vindictive. They had to be, bullies, bullying Harry and Meghan. That is what William did. What Charles did. What the fam did to Harry and Meghan. They couldn't help themselves, my family. Now, Prince Harry likened his family's silence on the entire, furor to abuse. Silence, family, means many things. Because even right now, the fam continues to leak stories about Harry and Meghan. They continue to abuse Harry and Meghan through sources and through even the tabloid media. It's PR arm, my family. Harry and Meghan do not deserve to go through this. Prince Harry said he genuinely wanted his brother and his father back in his life. His technique, he suggested, was to completely curtail the relationship between the royal family and the press, and by doing so, protect them. My family, that is what Harry was thinking. And that's why I say this, my family. It's clear what Harry's goal is. To make the royal family, the fam, pause in its relationship with the press. But will they? With all the dirt that Harry has said clearly, the tabloids have on them, I don't see it. I don't see it. My family, Harry also said this, and I quote, "When you're trying to change an institution and fundamentally the media landscape, that is not a small task," he added, and I quote, "The scale of the challenge is enormous, and I have to be able to protect myself mentally and emotionally throughout that process." Harry admitted that he did not understand why it was considered so shocking and outrageous for him to tell his own truthful side of the story, but vowed to continue the good fight in standing up for Meghan and other women and encouraging other men to do the same. Find yourself a person, a man, who speaks with great respect for women the way Harry speaks. My family, truly, Harry is the late Diana's true son. My family. Now, Harry said that if we don't lead by example, what is the point in living? Harry asked. Prince Harry said that he tried to explain to his family that the decisions they were making were going to reflect badly on them, not least when it came to his wife, because Harry knew what they were doing. He pleaded, by the looks of things, my family. When you hear this, it's clear. Harry did not plead once, twice. He pleaded many times. He knew who was responsible for what they were doing to his wife. He knew that. And he pleaded with them, but still they refused to listen because they never thought that Harry would speak about it. Never. Well, Harry is speaking about it right now. The world is getting to know more about the cruelty of the farm and its relationship with the tabloid press. Now, Harry said that, and I quote, "I could not get through to them. It wasn't that I gave up, but I do feel as if I failed in that instance, trying to bring them with me." He suggested that although his family might not like him at the moment, they would thank him in a few years for talking so openly about trauma, Harry said. Meanwhile, Prince Harry described as he got older, Prince William went completely silent and shut down over their mother's death. For his part, he said it was only after taking, ayahuasca, a hallucinogen, that he realized it did not matter that he had not cried, and that his mother just wanted him to be happy. My family. Now, what do you think about this, please, my family? What do you think about Harry's message to the fam? I want to hear your opinion, my family. Please tell me what you think about this kindly. I want your opinion about this, please. And with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and support our ever-growing family on YouTube. And kindly please stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, and Little Diana, and Dory Ragland. And please stay tuned to our next video. I'm happy that Harry is using his voice. My family, I'm happy about the great man that he is, because always he maintains I will stand up for Meghan and even other women and encourage men to do the same. If only there are more people in this world with the heart that Harry has. A truly good heart, my family. The farm has done so much bad things. And tabloids know these bad things, this dirt that they have on the farm. The farm should stop using Harry and Meghan as scapegoats. Enough is enough. You've used them enough times. Stop using them to cover up for your illegal dealings. You did something wrong. Take ownership. Take accountability for your actions. Don't let someone else be targeted because of what you did. That is what William and Charles are doing. And that's so wrong, my family. And I'm glad that Harry is telling them, because he knows they read the Telegraph that he's telling them, and he's sending a message to them, my family, about, what they're doing right now. Telling them to stop, my family, because he knows they read the Telegraph. It needs to stop, my family. The abuse of Harry and Meghan, the hate campaign must come to a stop. It needs to. My family, tell me what you think about this kindly. I want your opinion, please. I love Harry's fight for his family, for his wife and kids. I love it so much. Truly, he's a hero. And stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. My family, love you always and forever. What do you think about all this kindly? I want your opinion, please. May God continue healing Harry and Meghan from the trauma that they've experienced and faced. And stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. Hello, members of Sussex Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Sussex Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.